Now, you just recently celebrated a birthday?
Yes.
How did you celebrate?
60.
60? Wow.
You know, 50 was fine. I figured I got half my life to left over. 60 was like, okay, how many years do I have left? It's like, is it 25? Is it 30? I mean, so this was a big one.
Yeah.
But I went to the Bahamas,
Nice.
to Eleuthera, the island Eleuthera.
Oh.
Cape Eleuthera is on the southern tip of Eleuthera. Had an amazing 10 days. Was hosted by the fabulous designer Pamela Rowland, who I wear a lot of her gowns, and she has a spectacular place. And my family came down, and first time for my grandson to be on a plane, and he did really well.
Oh.
And we bicycle rode and swam and did a little fishing.
You did some fishing?
I did some fishing.
Did you catch anything?
I caught a mahi.
Oh.
Reeled it in.
It's beautiful, too.
It's a beautiful fish, yeah, and reeled it in myself. It was.
Was it heavy?
It's a lot of work. It's exhausting, but I got it in. We had some delicious ceviche nights. Waste not, want not. But it was great. I love the sea, but it was also great to be with the family.
Yes.
You know?
You sound like you did it up. That is amazing. Living your best life, as
Always.
you should.
Exactly.
I love that. And how do you feel about getting older?
You know, it's a privilege.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, it is a privilege. And there's a sense of ease. The older you get, the less you care about what everybody else has to say.
I love that.
You know, you're living in your own glory, you know, and you accept yourself, you give yourself grace, and you don't beat yourself up the way we do when we're in our 20s and 30s, and I've got to do this, and I got to be this, and I got to please people. So there is a sense of kind of satisfaction and ease that you get the older you get, and I am embracing that and love it.
Oh,
So,
I love that. Then I have to ask you for some advice.
yes.
Because I'm 41, and I'm starting to get to that age where, listen, I ain't worried about that. I'm 41. So when does it start to kick in that I'm not concerned with that?
Well, are you
Am I
not
near there?
Well, you've got a whole empire that you've got to run, so you're concerned with a lot at this point. But I understand that, you know, there are certain times in your life when you're the franchise.
Yes.
So in order to have longevity in your career, which we always talk about, you know, people when we have mentors or mentees, you know, how do you last for, I've been in the business for 40 years.
Yes.
It's showing up on time,
yes.
knowing your stuff, you know, when you're hired to know a song, you know the lyrics, you're prepared, following your skill set, like what are you good at? A lot of youths, kind of like, what should I do? Where do I start? Who do I go to? And the first thing is, what are you good at? Like, you know, are you good at computers? Are you good singing? Are you good arranging? Start there, because that's when the doors open up to other things that you might not have ever thought you'd be on this road to do. And those are the things, working hard, those are things that give you longevity in your career, because it keeps yourself fresh, but they know that they can depend on you. And again, you're running this franchise, you got to show up on time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You got to be the professional, because everyone's jobs are depending on you, and that's being an adult.
Okay, I love some animals. I heard you got some really big dogs.
I have 2 Great Danes, yes. I started with my Great Dane love when I was doing Ugly Betty, and America Ferrera, who played Betty, had adopted a Dane called Lucy that she got here in Norco, California, from Burt Ward, who used to play Robin on Batman and Robin. So he has a Gentle Giants as his rescue. So she brought Lucy to set, and I was like, oh, I want one. I went, and I got my Willa. Then I got my second Dane, Grayson, who was 230 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah. So these are my latest 2. So Gilly is the gray one, she's 5, and Roscoe, he's a smart, very talkative one. He is 3.
Talkative?
He's very talkative. Oh my gosh. And but they love it. I've got, you know, 5 acres, and they're all over the place.
Are they well behaved?
They're well-behaved, sort of. They are hunters, though. They have brought me some treats.
What kind of treats?
Like dead, like birds and some tails. There's. So Gilly's got a rabbit in her mouth, but she had dropped it on the living room floor. I'm like, what is? I came over. It was like a sunken living room, and I walked, and then I said, what? And they both ran away, and I saw this dead dead bird on the floor. So yes, they love to hunt, but they're very active and sweethearts.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.